it over here!
Alright, in this video, you've got some Titanfall 2 Angel City, but the field of view is at 110, which is the maximum you can turn it up to. The field of view basically means you can see further, so everything you can actually see is from a greater perspective. So there's a bit of a bug, or a bit of a glitch I suppose, where because you've turned the field of view way up, as you're jumping to sort of the bottom corner where we were just looking, on the corner of that building, the one that we just off to our right there, as you're jumping through that, and there's another few spots that happens, you kind of glitch through the wall as you wall run and try and jump up to the top of it. So there's a few little bugs with the field of view at 110, but for me personally, I think it's so much better. It makes it feel like the original Titanfall speed. So I mean, in this particular game, we do end up losing, but I was really happy with the footage. You can just see there was the little bug that I was talking about, little glitch. I was really happy with this specific game because as you're bouncing around, you kind of just feel, to be fair, it was an original map as well. So I'm not too sure if it's the field of view. I think it is partly the field of view and the fact this was an original map, that it makes you kind of feel like you're landing jumps and you're making jumps. You do see me medal up some jumps at some points as well, like that one just there where you probably should land it and you pull yourself back a little bit too short. There's a few times where I've pulled back, or you think you've got a little bit more room backwards and you just don't. So the field of view does take a while to get used to, but I've turned it up to 110 from the second I could, and I haven't turned it back at all except for one game just to see what it was like turning it back. And that was really only what Angel City was like from the two different perspectives of the original and then the redone graphics. Now, touching on the redone graphics, this I was really, really happy with just here. This execution, I was very fond of that. And there's another one I'm a bit fond of in a little bit. But touching on the graphics quickly, as you can see, running through some things and all the smoke on the ground, that was already all there. The things that are noticeable graphic wise are the shiny elements, or like these neon signs and shit. Like the neon signs, it's just more vibrant, feels more neon, more futuristic. Now, I'm not a fan of this style, and I'm not a fan of this style. To me, it's just indifferent. The graphics don't look significantly better than I remember them from the original Titanfall. You might think, oh, it's a lot more shiny and they do look better. That's a unique perspective or unique feel on, your own thoughts. I personally am not really a fan of the whole everything's got to be shiny, everything's got to be blah blah blah. It's too cluttered with everything else that's around. So as far as the graphics go, I personally would probably still opt for Titanfall's original style, which was very granular in design. This feels still feels granular, but it feels a lot more neon-esque as far as a lot of this sort of stuff goes. So just a quick tip for some of you guys as well that might not know this. Not all executions are equal. Pilot executions, that is. You saw the execution I got just then. That actually is more deadly, because if you get interrupted, you've already got a pistol bullet off. Providing you've actually got the one pistol bullet off, you still get the kill. Whereas some of the other executions actually can get interrupted and you haven't done enough damage to get the kill. So that's a bit of a fuck up in my honest opinion, because you can't have executions, which are all executions, and then some of them give the kill if it's interrupted and others not. So a lot of the other executions, if you interrupt them, you don't get the kill. So I kind of feel with the pistol, you shouldn't get the kill either. But at the same time, it's in the game, so I'm personally going to opt to use that. One other point I've noticed, and I've just been noticing like right now as we're walking through here, you can see those neon signs I was talking about. They're very fucking orange. like really, really orange. See the up there, that was orange. This is really orange. You'll notice as well, like apart from all the HUD elements still flashing and being distractive as shit, you'll actually notice when someone gets a radar pulse or you're being seen, you glow orange. So not only like does the amount of orange in the game, like you can see them and they're orange and their health's orange and all of this other nonsense, but you actually, and then I'm looking now on the left hand side for my energy bar in the ion, even that has part orange in it. There's just so much orange in this game, like, and even that yellow there, it's like bordering on orange. Whoever likes orange at Respawn, yeah, man, stop putting that shit in the fucking game. Even those things are fucking orange, man. Like, there's so much fucking orange in this game. It's just, I really am not a fan of when I'm trying to aim down my sights or when I'm in my chassis. Now the Titan's just glowing orange. I don't need it to glow orange. Just tell me once on the screen that something's wrong and I'll know. The grenades glow orange. There's just so much orange on the fucking screen. Oh, I've already been over the UI and how I fucking hate it, but I hadn't actually realized how orange everything fucking is. The jetpacks are like an orange. See, I'm glowing orange again now. The pilots are glowing orange, and it stays orange for a while. It's just off-putting when you aren't being shot at or you aren't being killed to glow orange. You might think it's, an ability to let you know that you're glowing orange. So, something's not right, something's happening. And that's all well and good, but you don't need it to the point of, this. The amount of orange in this game is just ridiculous. Like, going back to Angel City though, or even to the field of view being turned up at 110, I just noticed you very easily, it feels like you very easily make jumps that you'd otherwise miss. Unfortunately, this isn't the best footage for that, but you will notice in some of the other clips I've got that I will be putting up, the jumping around, specifically on Angel City because it was a really well designed map, but the jumping in other games other maps where you've got the field of view up to 110, it just, you make jumps that you would otherwise miss. It almost feels like 110 was what they were going to go with, and therefore you make jumps and you find new paths and you just land things a little bit more consistently than you did with, having it on 80 or 70 or whatever the fucking default it was on. It feels much more like Titanfall being on 110. This little bit of skill where I just outskilled that guy, as I was doing that, I knew it was going to be him or me, and I was very happy with that. I got really excited. You can see the orange just there, as it was saying the battery backup was gold. Even that was orange. It's just a very orange game. I am a really big fan of the bigger distance that you can see, the bigger, I suppose, coming from some computer games with like triple monitor setups where you've got a bigger distance or you've got more peripherals. That's probably how I would describe the field of view to somebody that doesn't actually know what the field of view means. It's just essentially you've got a wider angle, wider field of view, so you can see a lot more. This I was really surprised with that's happening. I kind of made the mistake by running back out there, but at the same time he took my battery, and then for some reason it just worked out really well for me. I ended up with a nice triple kill out of that. So a big fan again of the original Titanfall, not really a fan of Titanfall 2 at all. There's a few cool things they've done in it. This 110 field of view is very nice. The jump hover is a lot of fun to use. But as far as most other things in the game, it's pretty much all a letdown. Titanfall had a lot of cool shit, and this game is just taking all that cool shit and basically shoved a cactus up your bum. And nobody likes cactuses up their bum, so it's getting late. I've probably dribbled on a little bit too much in this specific narration. But yeah, there you go. This has been pretty much a full game of Angel City at 110 field of view. If you're kind of wondering what that was or wondering what Angel City looked like in comparison to the other one. I could do a proper comparison video where we walk around both maps, and I still might do that at some point, just to give you an idea of, you know, what graphics weren't changed, because it feels like there was a lot of graphics that weren't actually changed too much or were just made more shiny. It wasn't actually a complete re-envisioning of Angel City like I'd kind of thought they were going to do, especially considering this is meant to be 5 years into the future, but somehow 5 years into the future we've lost regen shields. Yeah, not too sure what the thought process was there with Respawn, but hopefully that gives you guys an idea of 110 field of view